Hi, this is Jacqueline. Today I want to share with you one common mistake that I see when I mark summaries. So this mistake breaks an actually very simple grammatical rule. I'm sure you would be able to spot it if it was tested in an MCQ, but somehow many students still make this mistake. So by the end of this video, I will try to teach you 2 ways to prevent making this kind of mistakes in summary. Okay, you are looking now at a summary that is written by a student of mine. She makes the same mistake 2 times here. I will read out this paragraph and you should try to identify where the mistake or mistakes appear as I read. I will also include a Word document in the description box in case you would like a copy of this summary. One of the advantages for the use of drones is that drones can enter into areas that are inaccessible by aircrafts. It can also record high-resolution terrain data, enabling researchers to conduct population counts of animals and document materials quickly without disturbance. Additionally, drones monitor crises by capturing images and videos from the skies. Drones can also deliver aid materials to disaster zones. One disadvantage of using drones is that they can endanger citizens by crashing into planes, buildings, or crowds. It also invades the privacy of people. Did you manage to spot the mistakes? If not, maybe you would like to pause the video for a while before I go on. Okay, so the mistakes are over here and over here. Okay, so can you see why? Just looking at these 2 sentences alone won't reveal the mistake per se, but when you read the sentences in the context of this paragraph, the mistake should become obvious. So the paragraph started with plural, right? Plural form of the word drone. So drones can enter into areas that are inaccessible by aircrafts. So what should the next sentence start with? We are still referring to drones, right? So it should be, they can. Okay, and then here it is the same. So throughout the rest of the paragraph, the author is sticking to the use of the plural form of drone. And so this should be drones. Oops. Also, drones also invade the privacy of people. Okay? Okay, so now let's go on to talk about how to prevent making this kind of mistake during exams. This may seem very, very simple and intuitive and to the point that you don't even want to follow. But the thing is, this is tried and tested, okay? Even professional writers do this. So why shouldn't you? Why shouldn't we? So at the stage when you are reading the question, that is the question analysis stage, you should be very careful about the instructions and the first few words the question provides to start off your summary. Okay, so here the summary question says that it wants you to summarize the advantages and disadvantages of using drones, right? So plural here, and then the first few words that they give, they also continue with the plural usage of the word drone. Okay, so when you are reading the question, just pay attention to grammar, and maybe you want to scribble some notes on top of the word drones to remind you that you should write the word drone in plural form. Okay, and then the next small tip that I have, small but important, tried and tested tip, is that you reread your work. Okay, so at this stage, you should be pretending that the work is not written by you. Give your work a critical look after you have written the summary. So this may work best if you, let's say, go through the entire paper again, and then only after looking at your previous questions and editing your previous questions, then you come back to the summary that you have written and then look at it again. See, sometimes you give yourself some time before you give it a second read will help, because you kind of forget what you write, and so when you read your work again, it really feels like the work is not yours. Okay, so this is actually a very common strategy that professional writers use. Whether they write chapters, books, I have seen writers do that. So they write their work one day or maybe over a few days, and then not look at the work for maybe 1 week, 1 hour, a month, a year, and then come back and read again, and then spot the awkwardness in their writing, the grammatical mistakes that they have made maybe. Okay, so please just, even if it feels so troublesome and tedious to have to reread your work, and nobody really likes to find their own mistakes in some way, like mentally, maybe it's very hard to convince yourself and to realize your mistakes during exams, but trust me, just trust me that this will help you. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, to conclude, always pay attention to the grammatical forms of the words you use. You can do this by planning ahead, making a decision about what form to use before putting pen to paper, and by re-looking at your own work critically after writing. Okay, the tougher you are on yourself at this stage, the more likely you are to score well for the language component of the summary question at the end of the day.